All right, staff, so in this video I want to go over how to properly do a drug test. I'm pretty sure y'all have been doing it the right way, but I just want to go ahead and take time for everyone to make sure we're all on the same page on how to do a drug test. When a patient comes in, they must empty their pockets into that box right there. They cannot go in the restroom with anything in their pockets. So everything comes out, phone, money, wallet, everything into this box. They will lock it up and the patient keeps the key. And then everyone should be washing their hands before going in there, because they could have something on their fingers to adulterate the specimen. So they need to wash their hands with some soap and water. While they're washing their hands, you can go ahead and pour some of this in the toilet. And the reason why is because they will try to cheat and pass the test. So they'll do anything and everything to pass it. They might grab some water from the toilet and say that that's their urine. So that's the reason why we need to pour some of this in there. So make sure that it is blue, completely blue. The water has to be completely blue. That's another reason why we taped the back part of the toilet, because they'll also try to get in there to collect the water. And that's the reason why this is taped up here as well, the ceiling tiles, because they will again try and do whatever they can to cheat, pass the test or whatnot. So in your restroom there should be nothing but the toilet paper and the toilet. Nothing should be in here. If you have any like cleaning supplies, if you have any, I don't know, whatever in here, just take it out. You can put it out here while the testing is being done. So yeah, you do that. Once the patient finishes washing their hands, you are going to instruct them that they're going to go in the restroom and give you some urine. Now, if you're doing a instant test, you can use these cups for rapid drug testing, and just tell them, maybe a little bit over half. That's how much you want. So let them know, I need up to here of urine. You have 4 minutes. Everyone has 4 minutes to go in there and urinate. If they are in there over 4 minutes, either they can't go or they're up to something. So at 4 minutes, they got to come on out. And you can knock on the door if the time is up and tell them, hey, it's time for you to come on out. Also instruct the patient to not flush the toilet. No one can flush the toilet. If they flush the toilet, it is you do not have to accept that specimen. You won't accept that specimen. So make sure you tell them, go in there. You're going to go in there. You'll have 4 minutes. Come on out quickly. Do not flush the toilet. Okay? And so they'll go in there. They urinate, whatnot. They come on out. And while they're washing their hands, you want to make sure that you check your temperature strip. So there should be a temperature on here. Okay, it should be a little green dot. Let's see if my camera can focus. No. So there should be a little green dot, and it tells you right here, green equals the temperature. If there is a tan dot on here, that means that it's one degree less. So you should see a green dot from the 90 all the way up to the 100. If they come out with their cup and it looks just like this, either it is too hot or it has gotten cold, and you cannot take this specimen. You cannot accept this specimen. You would have to let the patient know that it's not their specimen is not registering a temperature, and that you have to discard the specimen and recollect again. In that case, if you have to recollect another specimen, they have to sit out in the waiting room. You can give them some water. They can have up to 40 40 ounces of water, which is those little 5 of those little water bottles that we have. They cannot have more than that, because if they drink more than 40 ounces, they will get sick and vomit, and then plus their specimen might get diluted, and we don't want that. So while they're out there waiting to test again, they have to stay in the building. They cannot leave the building. They cannot go outside to smoke, to talk on the phone, to go in their car. I mean, many of these things are, ways for them to go out there and bring some more urine or cheat or whatnot. But it could be that, it could be something different. But they just have to stay in the lobby, drink their water, and wait until they're able to go again. But yeah, so that you'll check the temperature. You also want to look on the inside and see if there is any oil floating, or if there is anything in the cup, like at the bottom, if you see any foreign body, like a powder substance. We've been doing a lot of UA collection, so we know what normal urine looks like. We know the characteristics. So if it's something unusual, if it has a chemical smell, if it has oil, it has stuff at the bottom, then most likely they have done something to adulterate the specimen, or they brought a specimen in a container that could have been oily, like a condom. You do not accept the specimen. At that point, you have to discard it. You have to let the patient know, I cannot accept this specimen because it seems to be oily, or there is some foreign body at the bottom, or it has a weird smell, chemical smell, bleach smell, whatever, and discard the specimen. If you get any of these cases, sometimes the patient will try and give you a hard time. They're gonna act surprised, like, what does that mean? What do you mean? I'm not cheating. They're gonna give you a hard time because they want to pass this test. Please do not be intimidated by the patient. Just let them know, if they have any other questions, they can always ask, contact the manager or whatnot, or you can ask the doctor if he can come and just make sure, confirm that there is something wrong with the specimen. But yeah, do not be intimidated by the patient if they start going off on you about their specimen. That is normal. That is a normal reaction that we sometimes expect from them. You just do your job and make sure that you don't get intimidated. But yes, that is the proper way to collect the specimen. Once you're done filling out everything, the last step is to make sure you come in here before the patient leaves. Make sure there's nothing in the toilet. Make sure that they didn't leave anything behind. And when I say anything, that could be a condom, that could be a container that they used to bring in the specimen. You just want to come in and make sure that the restroom is okay. And then you can flush the toilet. And make sure you give the patient a copy. And if they were to test positive for whatever reason, and if they're coming in for a company, you have to inform the company that their specimen went out to the lab for further testing. Now, we are not allowed to tell the company what they tested positive for. So let's say an example, somebody comes in and they test positive for marijuana. We do not tell that information we don't give that information to the company. We just tell them, we say, hey, your employee came in, they did a drug test, and their specimen is going to go out to the lab for further testing. They're going to ask questions like, what does that mean? Are they on drugs? That is not your place to tell them, okay? The lab is the one that's going to make that final decision if truly they are positive for whatever drug. So you just tell them that, just like, I can't give out any further information about the test. I'm calling to let you know that it is going to go off for further testing. And most likely the companies already know what that means, but sometimes they just want to get the truth. They want to get the facts out of you. So do not Do not say that, because if you say it tested positive for marijuana and then it comes back that it was negative, then you might be in a little trouble, legally trouble or whatnot. So don't ever say what it went out for. And yes, I hope this helps. This video helps understand how to properly do a drug test.